Yes. Um, I have decided to make it known here. As I'm working towards my professional license plus a job right now. I'm taking time to reflect on what kind of professional I want to be. That's the truth of it. What kind of professional I really wish to be. You know, and I want to say this: I'm lucky to get another chance with my community band. I'm I'm promising if I do come back, I will not take it very lightly. I'm going to take it 100% serious if I decide to come back on the terms, of being mature, being professional. And I got a lot of things that I was thinking about that could apply there and in a real job scenario that I learned from my university days. So I just want you to know this has been exciting news so far. I got a lot to think about and got some goals to work towards right now that is going to make this very permanent, you know, like very permanent stuff. Working towards my professional license, master's degree in teaching, and in getting my getting back into a group once I can be able to prove to myself and onto others that I can handle responsibilities and things of professionalism. So what can professionalism look like for someone who has autism? I combined up as much as a list as I could from my days as a nickel student. And how can I apply this even in the community band if I go back and in the workplace? So number one, adaptability. Adaptability means I should be able to take on when things change. Like sometimes I think community band in the past tried to teach me this too, that things happen within like little notice. Like i.e. a conductor calls sick. And some things that are beyond control. Or a conductor can't make rehearsal because he has other obligations, like their job obligations, honor band obligations, and things that are not under control. You know, flexibility. That's my second one. I need to be flexible when things change by going to flow 100%. Means if those things was to happen, and let's say I'm stuck with someone from the band or someone that's not the conductor's situation, I had to learn how to press on no matter what. No matter what the situation can look like. I might be able to surprise people and say, look, I might take on the rehearsal because I've had conducting in my belt. I want the community band to know I've had conducting in my belt. I might ask if I can conduct a song or something like that. And maybe run a rehearsal if you have to have that leverage. Have somebody with the inside knowledge here. Plus one of y'all, you got one that can. Being respectful. I should not disrespect others around me. This includes boundaries. Big one, community band. Big one, job world. When a person says, have a nice weekend, I'm going on vacation, or I need a break for a few days, I would need to understand that People have lives, and not to take it personally. Sometimes a break is necessary, and people are not obligated to answer during those times. This can go if I'm uninvited to places. For instance, if let's say the conductors do honor band again and they have to be with their kids, I'm not going to go there unless I am teaching myself at a school in the district. I'm not going to go there. Number one, it looks weird. Two, I think I learned my lesson about what happened, and now it's comes to light. So I would avoid it unless I am teaching, primarily. But if I was to go to it and I am teaching a group of kids, I have to be professional. Which I should add that in there. And be mindful of other people. So, being responsible. Huge one community band and huge one for the job world. I should take responsibility for myself and my actions. So if I do something wrong or break something or do something idiotic out of my character, I should admit it and really should confess. And stop placing blame on other people. Being approachable. I don't want to be a know-it-all, and I'm not a know-it-all, so much rather learn new things from others around me. Being a team player. This is a good, important topic. It would be best to be a team player because of the fact I will be in an environment. I know I already have been in environments before that team playing was an essential part of things. Community band was, and probably still is, depending on everything else, still is, and for one, university days was, and now the job will be requiring this skill right here. It'll be best because I'll be in an environment that I have to learn to collaborate as a teacher or as a team member and make connections with others. So it gets kind of important there. Being reliable. Saying I will stay and help someone speaks out a lot. Being punctual, being on time, and not being late, for one. That's another one. I think I just added a point of unreliable, meaning also being punctual. Being supportive. Teachers should be supportive of their colleagues and students at all times. That means having to be professional all the dang time too, with all in that goal. Being realistic towards the goal. I should not be hard on myself when something doesn't go as planned. Those are times I will need to adjust plans to improve myself. Means putting my foot down saying, no, this is too much. No, this is stressing me out. No, this will go against everything I believe in, would speak a lot about my integrity. Which gets to be important. Burnout gets us real when somebody gets overworked. And this is why I might say no to some things that might be stressing me out. But if I have a lot of paperwork, I might say, hey, I have autism. Can I have a little bit more time with this paperwork? That's something that I could ask for, it might get some people hating me, but sometimes I can have some certain things under ADA. So that's why I'm educated on the laws and the policies in the United States. Alright, be willing to have fun, but be firm at the same time. Kids will remember the fun part, but balance is important because they have to know who is the boss of the classroom. Respect goes two ways, but the students will have to respect the teacher first. and the teacher will recognize it and then show respect back. I'm saying this that respect is two ways. The students give first, and then sometimes the teacher will have to be just as courteous back towards their students. It can be beautiful that way if the students and the teacher can be in harmony with this. It can be beautiful, and teachers can hold the students accountable for their actions and also their grades and their achievements. I think, like saying this, I might encourage somebody. If you want something this bad, you have to work for it. You know, this is no two-way street about it. You have to show me you earned it. You have to work for it. You have to really try. I honor God by honoring my authorities. Sorry I am one of those old people in this room that still honors God and still pleases Him, but I will still please Him by my actions. And I'm not afraid to say Jesus on this page either. So Garrett, there you go. Got you on that one, did I? Okay, so independence is my next one. I thought this one deserved space since many graduates had to have had times when they had to think on their own 2 feet. Music majors are very particular with this one. We had a semester, I know I particularly did and many others before, and the ones that are going through it now will have this. It is called a barrier. Sorry guys, but this is the truth. A barrier when in most cases you have to stand on your own 2 feet. I mean, you have to learn a piece on your own. I mean, you could not have help from your professor ever. I wasn't able to have help on that point. I had to learn how to do things on my own. I was able to have help with my friends, even if I didn't have a whole lot of friends listening at the time. I never know. I never know that I had another professor be listening on this. But I had one who kept listening, and kept encouraging me to keep going. Here it goes. And in the faculty I've had, if I'm talking about them in where their offices were and where the practice rooms were, they know I'm talking about them. I'm making darn sure they hear me good. Because what it is, a barrier. You've had the 4 semester of study. You had to learn it. You were given about 3 weeks or so to learn a piece. I think I was a little bit more than 3 weeks because my teacher wanted me to have the extra time. So that was to do the learning of the piece and any information about the piece. You have to know the history, know a few things in there. And then the questions, it can range from everything. It can range from the composer. Mine was Telemon. I had a piece in Telemon that I had to do, and that was part of the Baroque era. I'm pretty sure that's the era he was in. And I had to answer the question, tell me about the Telemon person, tell me this, tell me that. You just wanted to see if you can withstand on your own 2 feet, make your own, and also you may be asked about theory. Yes, you will. This tells the professors that are watching, because I've had the whole faculty watching me when I was doing my barrier exam. Now it was spring of 2022. I had my whole faculty watching over me for that exam. And they wanted to see if you can think on your own 2 feet. Okay. And the questions can range about your tone, your technique maybe, sometimes. It can also range with theory stuff. The questions also can you tell the information about the composer. The questions get to where it's like the first. Oh, sorry, little yawn. Excuse my butt. Okay, the questions can be like from anywhere within those questions, and teachers want to see like, okay, maybe this person can stand and do things independently. That's what a barrier, what that was in the music times. Because there's going to be sometimes after that, you're going to have to learn to be a little bit more on your own. Yeah, that's right, guys. And if you're graduating, fixing to do senior side, you're definitely going to be at your own pace, honey. You're going to have to do things on your own. And right now, that if an employer would see this sort of comments, the positive comments, if my previous community band member saying, oh wow, maybe she's right about something. Well, I'm right about some things. And if I had the courage to go tell Karen how right was she about some stuff, I would go in there and say, hey, Karen, I want to talk. I want to apologize. And I want to say you're right. And show her the pictures of graduation. Say, look, I got my 4 year and now I'm working on 2 more years of being into getting into teaching and getting into doing the stuff that they're gonna do, you know. And also professional development, whether it's groups and how a job, can help me even better, you know, to get on my feet again. So I'll see you guys later, probably with a lesson video, so stay tuned.